Hello. This is the next re-recorded solution video for the next puzzle on the list. We have Colorful Christmas Time. As a reminder, I'm re-recording all these because I added hints to all my posts. So you can see here, if you were to click on these, the hint reveals. So this was originally a gift for Fast Sandals, who is the 12-year-old son of a fellow setter in the community, Timotab. Very awesome guy, very good solver. Fast Sandals very good, considering he's only 12. So this was similar to the last one, that it was a gift I originally made for them to solve during Christmas time. They gave me permission to post it now as a standalone puzzle, so more than happy to do that. I also joked and said, this double as my obligatory, I'm a Sudoku setter now, I guess I should make a German Whisper Christmas tree. Which is just silly. You know, obviously anyone making a Christmas tree in the puzzle is going to have this sort of style, and they're going to be using a green line for it, so it was my obligation to do it. So, this is one where I give two options for Sudoku pad links. They both solve the same, they're the same thing, logically. The only difference is the lower one here has abbreviations in the grid that clarify which color each of the dots are, just in case there's any color blindness. I also give clarification that, as we can see here, so you can see the letters, like this says R, that says green, so that's green, red, white, blue. The post also contains clarification that the German Whisper starts here, ends here, and goes up and around the tree, like this. And that this portion is the entropic line, even though they do intersect here. Just because I have no idea if this would be something that would be difficult for people to see. Oh, I did not copy the hints over, so look away for a second. I don't have time to edit that out. I do not want to re-render this whole video. So, we have 4 hints for this puzzle, but first let's go through the rules. So we have normal Sudoku rules apply, place the digits 1 to 9, same standard thing we've always seen before, same row, same column, and all in the same box. German Whispers, adjacent digits on a green line must have a difference of at least 5. Every time we jump from one spot to another on this line, make sure we're separating the numbers by at least 5. Killer cages, digits in dotted line cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. So these two numbers sum to 3, those two numbers sum to 12, those two numbers sum to 7. Entropic lines. Any set of 3 sequential cells along a beige line must contain a low digit, 1, 2, 3, a middle digit, 4, 5, 6, and a high digit, 7, 8, 9. So the way we usually explain this is colors. So if we color every third cell here, we have that, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now what's this color? Just give it a choice, let's make it pink. 1, 2, 3, that's also pink. Then this one, orange, 1, 2, 3, that's orange. So before even thinking about numbers, that's the pattern that we have on this line. So we're separating these into sort of categories. Every 3 spots along the line must make sure we have low, medium, and high in it. So whatever we determine green to be, if that was determined to be low digit, then we know all 3 of these are low. These would then maybe be medium or high. Those would be medium or high. The other way to phrase this is this pattern arises from the fact that if we highlight the first 3 of these and just give them colors, and then we say, well, the next 3 set of sequential cells on the line would be these 3. There's no green in those. So we already have pink and orange, so that would then have to be green. Now if we do the same thing here, orange and green, that now has to be pink. That's missing orange, and that's missing green. So those are the 2 different ways you can come across explaining that pattern. I find that to be an interesting kind of idea for a rule, so I wanted to make sure I gave ample opportunity to explain that in detail. Then the final part is what makes this puzzle more unique. So we have non-repeating symbols. Each cell that contains a symbol, which is specified as the colored dots, so all these dots, and the star. So that's the star on top of the tree here, which matches with the star over here. Any cell that contains those symbols must not repeat digits with other symbols of its type. For example, if a cell with a red dot has a 3, no other dot can contain a 3. So that's now ruled out of all those spots. Same with the star. Whatever that is, this cannot be the same as it. So, I haven't solved this in about a week, so we're just going to see what happens when I try to do this in one take. I do have the hints to help me out, so maybe I'll end up benefiting from my own hints here. Let's look and see what hint number 1 is. Okay, so hint 1 is sort of a time saver. It says, hint 1 says, fully pencil marking the German Whisper is helpful. And that's kind of my first instinct. It looks ridiculous to pencil mark all those cells, but that's usually where I would start with a puzzle like this. But it specifies the only part that you really strictly need to pay attention to at the start is column 2. So column 2 of the green line would be these 2 cells. Given the 3 cage, there is only one way to make the polarity pattern of the German Whisper work in column 2. So yeah, let's look at the freebies first. So we have a freebie here. This is a 1-2 pair. That's the only way to make 3. This is now 3, 9, 4, 8, or 5, 7. We don't know that quite yet. And this is now 1, 6, 2, 5, or 3, 4. We don't know that either yet. So, we don't know the order of the line, but we can say that we have this alternating pattern going on with it. That's just kind of arises from German Whisper logic, that if you make every digit at least 5 away from the other one, you're going to be always alternating between some low digit and some high digit in some order. So the question then becomes, well, what could these cells be? They can't be 1 or 2. So this could be 3 or 4, then 6, 7, 8, 9. It can't be a 5, because putting a 5 on a green line just breaks the puzzle. You can't have anything that's 5 away from that and have it be a valid Sudoku digit. But importantly, this can't be 4, because we would end up having to have 2 9s in these cells here. So that can't be 4. That can't be 4 for the same reason. We'd have double 9s here. And as soon as that happens, you now see a problem that if this was to be low, if we determined pink was low, it would have to be, both of them would have to be 3, and that does not work. We need 2 different low digits here. So that tells us this is definitely not low. So that now tells us for sure pink is high. So now we can fill in all of that. And green is now low, including the star up there. So, let me look and see, is it time for hint 2 yet? Not quite. So let's do some Sudoku using this info we just got, because a lot of these can't be valid things. Like, these can't be 6 for the same exact reason. If we put 6 here, we'd end up with double 1s here, or double 1s here. So those can't be 6. Let's just go through one at a time. That could be 4, it could be really anything. That could be a 6, double 1 there is fine. This could be 4. That's already worked out. That can't be 4. That could be 4. This can't be 6, because again we have this double 1 issue there. This can't be 4, double 9's there. That can't be 4, we'd have double 9's in pink here. That can't be 4, that can't be 6. This can't be 4, but it's a bit less obvious. If you had 4 here, you'd have double 9 on red dots, and that would mean we'd have 2 different 9's in red, which we can't have. So that can't be 4. That can't be 6, that can't be 4, that can't be 6. 4 is fine here, 6 is fine there, 4 is fine there. Okay. So to continue past this, we now have hint 2, which says, box 2 has a digit that must appear on either row 2, column 4, or row 2, column 6. And that will tell you what row 1, column 5 is. So, just, you could see, we've taken out 6 from here, so 6 must go in one of these 2. It doesn't matter which one, both of them see this cell. If we make this a 6, we'd have double 1s. If we have 6 here, we'd have double 1s there. So either way, we have a 1 on the star up here. Now that's important, because we now know 1 can't be on the star. So that tells us down here, that can't be 1, that must be 2, that must be 1. That takes out 1 over here, which takes out 6 from that part of the cage. But we actually can do a fair bit more on the line that I completely missed, actually. We have a 1, 2, 3 triple here. That's 4. That's double 9 there. That's not 9. That's not 4. That's not 9. That's not 9. Okay, that's actually not enough to crack it any further yet. But I am going to put the coloring back in on the entropic line here, because I took that away. I'm going to use different stuff here. Let's do red for those. Because these are not red dots, so that's fine. So we know the polarity here is low or medium. 1, 2, 3. Or it could be 4 and be medium. 1, 2, 3, or 4 there. Can't be 1 or 2. Let's see. I think this is time for hint 3 now. I'm just reading it in advance to make sure. Yeah, so hint 3 is relevant now. Hint 3 says, the entropic line is still mostly ambiguous, but you can work out whether row 7, column 4, row 9, column 5, and row 7, column 6 are low, medium, or high. When combined with the information from the star, you can deduce what row 9, column 5 is. So let's think about this. If this was medium, it would have to be a 4. If that was medium, it would also have to be a 4. That breaks the puzzle. So green is definitely not medium. Those are not 4. And by extension, that's not 4 either. It mentions information from the star because that's how we know it's not 1 or 2. So that now has to be 3, which means these are also low. We already knew that, but that gives us a 1, 2 pair across the white dots here. And that's really important for hint 4 nudging you on this. So hint 4 says, at this point, you should have a pair of digits worked out on one of the types of dots. Use that, and you'll be able to fill almost all of the perimeter of the tree, as well as the rest of the dots. So yeah, 1, 2 pair and white dots. The other white dots cannot have a 1 or a 2, so that must be 3 now. This now is not 3, 9. 3 comes out for all of these, and that gives 1, 2, 4 pair there, or triple, so that's now 4 with double 9s. 9's out from all these, 3 is out from there. Let's see. Pretty sure we can work out most of this at this point. Yeah, let's look at the other dots next, because I'm pretty sure you can make more. Oh, yeah, this has to be 8. That's what it was. I was like, I know there's something I'm missing here. That's not 8. That's not 4. That's 7. That's 6. And now we know this is a 1. That's not a 1. That's 8. This being a 7 means this is at least 1 or 2. So it's certainly not 1. So that's 2. That's 3. This now has to be 6. So we got double 1 there, 2 here, 2 there. This is not 1 and 6. It's also not 2 and 5, at least in that order. That's not 7, that's not 5. Alright, let's look at the entropic line. Let's see if we know the polarity of these. That could be medium. It could be high if it's a 7. That could be medium as 4 or 5. It could be high if it's 8 or 9. That could be any of those. It cannot be high. 7, 8, 9 are all used up. Mostly because of the green dots, I think. Because 7... And then we have a 9 in green there. Where's the 8 taken out from? Oh, that one there. So that now is medium, which means the other red is medium. So these are definitely high now. So that's 7. That's 4, 5. We have a couple other dots we haven't filled in yet, so let's look at green. So we have a couple things that's already ruled out as. It can't be 1, can't be 2. It could be 3, it looks like. It can't be 4. Could maybe be 5, it looks like. Yeah, so that's either 3, 5. Can't be 6 or 7, can't be 9, and it can't be 8 from there, so that's either 3 or 5. This red dot here, I remember there's a lot of red dots here. It can't be 1. Can't be 2. Can't be 3, can't be 4. You know, I could just type in all the options. Everyone trying to do this manually. It could be 5. Can't be 6, can't be 7, can't be 8. It looks like it could be 9. No, it can't be 9. Where is that? Oh, 9 in the row. So that is 5, and that gives us 3 in this. The blue dot here, we also haven't looked at. I'm just going to type this one in manually. It can't be anything except 2. Now we have a triple up here. So that's 3, 4, 5. These are not 3, so that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. That's going to tell us this is 4. 4 comes out here, 3 comes out there. 7 is here, 5 is there. Let's see. These 2 digits are not 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be 5, 6, 8, 9. This can't be 5, 6, or 9, so that's 8. That makes this 9, that makes that 6, that's 5, that's 8. And now we have a bunch of the middle columns are almost done. Here we need a 1 and an 8. We know the order of that. This is 4 and 7, not 4 and 7, 7 and 9. That's 7, 9. That's 2, 4, 6. 2 is not in those. 6 is here, 4 is there. And now we have a couple of quadruples here, so this is either 3, 5, 6, 7. That is 3. None of those are not 3. 6, 7, 5. Here, we need 1, 5, 6, 7. Those are not 1, those are not 6, that's not 5, that's not 7. Let's see. Just looking for areas that are also easy to think about here. Let's maybe fill in these quadruples in these columns, because this is easy to see. It's 5, 6, 7, 8 in some order. That's not, so that's 5. These are not 5, it's also not 6 or 7, so that's an 8. This column here, similar, is missing 5, 7, 8, 9. That's not 7 or 8, that's not 5, 9. That's not 5, 7, or 8. That's 9. That's 8, 7, and 5. 6 is out here, 7 goes there. Kind of surprised the cage over here isn't resolved yet. I could have sworn that resolved a little bit more easily. Now we have quadruple up here. We're missing 1, 2, 4, 6. The only spot for 1 here is there. This row is now missing 2 and 3. This row is missing 4 and 6 as well as an 8. So that's 4, 6 pair in the row. That's 8 there. Now this is going to be missing 1 of 4 or 6, but it also could be 2, looks like. Not 2. We already have 2 here. Let's just do this more manually. I was trying to be clever with the way I was reading this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. That's what it was. Okay, so we have a 4, 6 pair there. That's 9. 4, 6 pair in the row here also gives 2 over here. This is now 4, 6. In this column, that's 4, that's 6. Okay. I think that's how you're supposed to do this cage. I didn't even notice that this column was only missing 2 digits at first. That resolves the cage over here. 5 and 2. That's going to tell us all this now. 6, 7, 1, 3, 2, 4, 6. 4, 7, 5, 6. Here's missing 3, 8, 9. Not 8 there. This 1, 3, 4, 7. So that's 7, 3, 1, and 4. And there, a lot quicker than the last one I just recorded. This is only 11 minutes. So this one, like I said, pretty straightforward. It was meant to be 1 star. It was meant to be approachable. I'm not really honestly sure that it actually came out as approachable in the end. I put it there with the hopes that, Fast Sandals would be able to solve it just fine, and in the video they did. He definitely needed a little bit of nudging here and there, but he still did really well. So I definitely wish it came out a little bit easier, but I am happy with it, so I didn't want to over-trivialize it and make it not interesting either. So yeah, thank you for watching.